Zechariah chapter 1, 18 and 19. Quickly. So then I raised my eyes from 18. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. Somebody say 4 horns. Now these horns are sent on an assignment. We want to see the assignment. All right. The prophet lifted up his eyes and he saw 4 horns. So God revealed horns to him. Now the Bible said there are 2 kinds of horns in the Bible. There is the horn of the wicked and there is the horn of the righteous. The horn of the wicked, according to Psalm 75 verse 10, is to be cut off. Somebody say cut off. Our duty and our responsibility as sons of God is to be able to cut off the horn of the wicked. All right. When Jesus appeared, he appeared as the horn of salvation. So when we talk about horn, is a critical matter. Our horns grow. Horn is a symbol of strength and power. So he said, then I raised my eyes and looked, and there were 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be this? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered what? Judah. So the goal of the horn is to do what? Scatter. It's simple. The goal of the horn is to scatter. And they are there to scatter Judah. Somebody say Judah. Israel and what? Jerusalem. The reading will not make any sense. The reading will not bring any form of impact until you probe those 3 items. Those 3 items, one is Judah. Judah means praise. One is Israel, meaning the prince of power. You know, we've been crying for power. I'm telling you that the horn can scatter power if you don't know. So he said, we have Judah, we have praise, we have a prince of power, and then we have the prince of peace. Any believer that is scuttled around those points can never stand. Once the enemy take hold of your power, you know, we were praying about weaknesses earlier. Now, he may not take away power, but what he seeks to do is to scatter you. And he said there are 4 horns. So my goal is for us to destroy those horns. The prayer this morning is a prayer of destruction, to destroy horns in the body of Christ, to destroy horns in your life. So this morning, we want to come against horns that seeks to scatter marital destinies, scatter marriages, scatter and scuttle the peace within a home, balkanize our common essence as a people. One of the horns to be broken, one of the horns to destroy is called the horn of ignorance. I'm moving into the New Testament now. One of the horns we must destroy as people is what? The horn of ignorance. Listen, ignorance will not be explained away by God. So Satan will exploit your ignorance. God will punish your ignorance. That's how it works. You cannot say, Lord, I was ignorant, that is why I fornicated. No. God will punish your ignorance, and Satan will do what? Exploit your ignorance. Never forget that. God will punish our ignorance. It cannot be explained away, and Satan will exploit our ignorance. Let me share more light on that. How many of you have what we call prophetic sign languages, and they don't amount to anything? You will feel the heat, you will feel the sensation, but you don't know how to apply it. It's because you are ignorant. That's it. It's the horn of ignorance. You see, that thing going on with your life, those things happening, dreams, good. How many of you have dreams and you cannot interpret them? You'll be looking for men of God to interpret. You know why? Because without accurate interpretation, there will be no meaningful application. There has to be an accurate interpretation before you will have meaningful application. And the reason why it's that way is because knowledge is not furnished. 2 years ago, I had a sign language from the Lord. It took me 1 year to be able to decode it. I kept searching and I kept asking, because as long as I don't know what it means, it will not benefit me, neither will it benefit anybody. The best that will happen to you, it will scintillate you. You'll be happy and excited that, oh, I'm spiritual. But the truth is you are not, because you don't have interpretation. The second horn is the horn of deception. Deceit. Deception is a radical spirit. It's so It's the way Satan infiltrates his people. You see, you may not fall by Delilah, but you can fall with a lady called Queen Sheba. When Delilah comes, you know she wears the attire of an harlot. But when Sheba comes, Sheba will stay with you for long. She will study your movement. She will study your likes and dislikes. She will study your do's and don'ts. And then she will begin to come. It's a matter of time. You will drop your God and follow her God. It's a governmental structure that is patient. And that is what the spirit of the bondwoman does. The spirit of the bondwoman can locate herself in a place, in a city, and stay for 20 years. After 20 years, you will see the impact and the effect of their patience. Deception is a terrible spirit. It's prayer, it's a time of prayer. We want to ask God. When you hear Jezebel, how did Jezebel conquer Naboth? She just took the seal of her husband after she fed him well in the bed and he slept off. She said, "Where is your seal?" And she enacted it, and that was it. We want to ask the Lord, all through the body of Christ, rid us of the spirit of deception. We break that horn. In fact, you don't break it, you destroy it. So I slaughtered in the other one the other time, which we call the horn of confusion. And I mentioned it already. The horn of confusion. I know you've been here for 8 days. 7 days. Today is, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Perfect timing. If you are here and you lack direction, this morning is time to lay hold on direction. Many years ago, I was in the city of Abuja. I served in Abuja as a copper some 20 years ago. And I was on my way to pay for my rent. I was going to finish my service in the month of February, and I was going to get married in May. I had 2-3 months to prepare between my wedding and my marriage. I had money to go and pay for that. As I was going in the car, the Lord accosted me and said, "Where are you going to?" I said, "To pay my rent." And he said, "Which rent?" I said, "House rent, where I will stay in Abuja." And the Lord said to me, "Who told you Abuja is your place of primary assignment?" And I said, "Well, I prayed while I was a student that if it's your will that I live in Abuja, post me to Abuja." And I was posted to Abuja. I didn't walk it. I didn't leg it, And I'm in Abuja, so I just assumed that was where he wanted me to stay. He said, "No, pack your things and move back to Lagos." I moved to Lagos. I've not been to Lagos before that time. There are 3 areas of your life that you must seek direction critically. If you are confused in those areas, you are gone. What to do, where to stay, location, what to do, purpose, who to marry, helpmeet. Once Satan captures any of this area, you will never find fulfillment. You can make money, you can enjoy, but there will be no inner satisfaction because there is vacuum in every man. Eternity is set in the heart of every man. The horn of confusion. I have seen anointed young men that are confused. I have seen anointed young men in a meeting, 80% confused. They finish praying and they call you by the side. They've spoken in tongue. They've ventilated. They've ascended. But when you speak with them, they don't even know the next thing to do. I've seen young people who hide themselves in Bible colleges because of confusion.